The 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor is here, and many believe it has all it needs to obliterate the competition. With jaw-dropping power, a full load of off-road gear, cutting-edge tech, and a presence that screams dominance, it seems to be rewriting the rulebook for the midsize segment. But are things really like that? Can it stay undefeated in the segment full of amazing off-roaders? That's the answer we're looking for in this video. Is it really the most dominant force in the segment, or maybe the rivals have found the recipe to beat it? Stay with us to find out. All that thrust. If there is a thing about the 2025 Ranger Raptor to use as a starting point, that would be the powertrain. Yes, this segment is full of trucks with capable powertrains, but Ford's off-roader leads the pack. Simply, its 3-liter twin-turbo V6 has more guts than anything else in the segment, with 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. Essentially, it's the same engine found in the significantly more expensive Bronco Raptor, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, a couple of locking differentials, 4-wheel drive, and everything else that comes with it. And while the power gap is clear, some direct rivals come pretty close in terms of torque. The new Tacoma TRD Pro is actually good for 465 pound-feet, while the Colorado equals the Raptor's 430 pound-feet. Still, these numbers don't mean much, considering that the Ranger Raptor dominates rivals in terms of performance. It needs just 5.3 seconds to hit 60, while the quarter-mile time is 14.1 seconds. For comparison, the Colorado ZR2 needs 6.8 seconds to hit 60 and over 15 seconds to complete a quarter mile. Despite the class-leading torque, the Tacoma TRD Pro lags behind with 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. Still, Toyota's pickup is better when it comes to towing, with a max capacity of 6,000 pounds compared to the Raptor's 5,510 pounds. While it also offers significantly better fuel economy, around 23 mpg city and 24 highway, compared to the Raptor's modest 16 mpg city and 18 mpg highway. Off-road powerhouse. Most Rangers are strong off-road performers, but the Raptor is something else. It's a genuine desert runner that comes with so many upgrades compared to the standard version. First of all, there's the suspension setup, equipped with the well-known Fox 2.5-inch live valve shocks with adjustable damping, designed to help the truck handle high-speed desert runs and other off-road conditions with ease. Of course, high ground clearance and long suspension travel are there as well, while we should also point out those chunky 33-inch BF Goodrich KO3 all-terrain tires. The truck's track is wider too, for improved stability, while quintessential off-road features like 4-wheel drive and locking rear differential are there too. At the front, you won't find a classic differential, but rather electronic control, as Ford's idea to balance traditional and more modern off-road technologies. In practice, it actually works pretty well. Speaking of modern technologies, particularly electronics, the Raptor stands out with the so-called Advanced Terrain Management System, which offers multiple drive modes including mud, ruts, sand, rock crawl, and many more, while the crown of Ford's technology comes in the form of the Baja mode, which optimizes throttle response, gear shifts, and suspension settings for nothing but desert running. Clearly, the Ranger Raptor is an excellent desert runner, but it's designed for rock crawling as well. After all, just look at those bumpers. Those are designed not just to look cool, but to ensure impressive approach and departure angle, while all those skid plates ensure complete underbody protection. Exclusive styling. The current generation Ranger is an attractive-looking pickup truck already in its base variant, but the Raptor takes everything to the next level. And most of those unique details are directly borrowed or heavily inspired by the bigger sibling, the F-150 Raptor, so the impressive off-road performance gets adequately emphasized through its aesthetics. Of course, the famous black grille with Ford lettering is there as an integral ingredient of every Ford with a Raptor badge. Furthermore, the unique hood design and air vents are there not just to provide enough fresh air, but to make the truck look more aggressive as well. The same goes for the bumpers, as we've just talked about, while signature LED lighting is another standout feature worth mentioning, just like those unique Raptor graphics that can be found on the sides, on the rear end, etc. As expected, this particular Ranger gets Raptorized on the inside as well. Differences compared to standard models are numerous, starting from exclusive front seats that aren't just heavily bolstered, but also come with unique stitching. Red trim pieces can be found around the cabin, while the unique steering wheel also contributes to the truck's sportier look, especially with that red band at the 12 o'clock mark. And as we're talking about the most expensive Ranger on offer, it makes perfect sense to find a long list of standard tech features. A large 12-inch infotainment screen is there, followed by an even bigger 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster. Of course, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are there too, just like the subscription-based Wi-Fi hotspot. Furthermore, there are a few upgrades to get, like additional charging points, a navigation system, and a premium Bang & Olufsen audio system. In other words, the Ranger Raptor is not just off-road capable, but quite comfortable and convenient as well. Versatility in mind. Although off-roading is the main area of interest of this pickup, it positively surprises in many other aspects. First of all, let's talk about the ride quality. Among all those drive and traction modes, you can also find settings that make this truck pretty refined. With adequate setup, the Ranger Raptor can be quite smooth on the road, while the way steering is calibrated makes it more engaging to drive than some civilized versions, which may come as a surprise to some. The 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor is easy to live with, considering that it has great driving position and even better visibility in all directions, which makes maneuvering super easy. The Raptor feels smaller when driving, but not when it comes to interior space, because its crew cab offers plenty of room for passengers in both rows. Add to this over 5 feet of cargo bed length, and the only thing left to do is to give a word of praise to the Ford engineers who managed to design a highly versatile vehicle that doesn't just do great off the road, but is also impressive with its everyday practicality. Out of all those off-road dedicated versions in the class, the Ranger Raptor is among the most versatile ones. Drawbacks and Rivals. So far, nothing but superlatives for Ford's high-performance off-roader, but of course, it has drawbacks too. It may be a standout in so many ways, but there are a few shortcomings as well. Let's start with the fact that, although an off-roader, the Ranger Raptor is predominantly a desert runner. When it comes to rock crawling, it misses a couple of features. For example, there's no disconnecting sway bar, a quintessential feature for technical rock crawling that increases articulation, something that you can find in rivals like the Gladiator Rubicon. Another feature that the Ranger Raptor is missing is a full-time four-wheel drive that seems vastly important for mixed surface conditions. Or maybe we could talk about the lack of ultra-low speed features like crawl control that can be found in the Tacoma TRD Pro. Or maybe we could talk about objective drawbacks, like the fact that the Raptor is a truck with bulky dimensions. Its wide track may be beneficial in terms of stability, but on the other hand, it's no friend to confined trails, wooded areas, and other situations where precise maneuvering is needed. These are notable drawbacks, but once again, let's be fair and say that the Ranger Raptor is primarily designed for fast desert trails, and that technical off-roading is not its priority. That's why some rivals may look more appropriate in those particular aspects. Pricing. Finally, a few words about the price. The 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor starts at around $57,000. That's a solid amount of money, but keep in mind that the Bronco Raptor is nearly $34,000 pricier. When compared to rivals, the Raptor is more expensive than the Gladiator Rubicon and the Mojave, which both start slightly under $52,000. It's more expensive than the Colorado ZR2 as well, which still starts under $50,000 and represents probably the best value in the class. But the Raptor comes with by far the most capable powertrain, and that's a pretty legitimate reason for the higher price tag, especially if we consider that the Tacoma TRD Pro with its hybrid powertrain cost almost $65,000. What do you think of the 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor? Do you think it has the edge over rivals? Which midsize off-roader would be your truck of choice? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.